mega ravine, and we have this rope bridge going on. We have this little house going on. We have our ascent up to the surface, where there's usually creepers and such like waiting for me. We have some basic food resources.
Honey, you should probably turn that off because our daughter's date's coming over soon, and he doesn't really want to watch Minecraft.
Fine. You always get what you want anyways. But who's to say this guy doesn't actually like Minecraft? Oh, is he here already? Yeah, you just gotta jitter the knob a little bit. Yeah, just jitter it.
Yo, what's good, baby?
Hello, I'm WaffleStick, and welcome back to the WayStone Season 3, Episode 40, the final episode. It has been a fantastic season. Have a lot of really cool builds, met incredible people. It's just been a really nice ride. It's only a few days shy of being 1 year anniversary of this season, so we've made it for about a year. Pretty long time compared to Season 1 and Season 2. I think Season 1 lasted just maybe a couple of months, and then Season 2 lasted, I think, 3 or 4, and now it's a year. So it's much better. We have more time to do projects. But today's episode, I just want to go through and show you everything I've done. You don't have to watch this, it's optional. On June 2nd, we're going to be having a group live stream and going through the whole server. So you can see everything then if you want to. But this is just going to be covering my builds and what I've done this season. Starting off, we have the spawn island, had done the palm trees and some of the structures. Nothing too fancy. It's cool to note that I had done it, but that's about it. Then the minecart system going across the bridge that we couldn't figure out for some time. Underneath, we can kind of see there is like some lighting. We had done this in a very recent episode, so it's a bit hard to see, but I had done some lighting underneath to make it glow and more interesting. We were going to do a WayStone logo above the ocean, just to have something interesting to view on the way in, but the anticipation of the jungle sort of balances that out, so I'm not too worried about it. I will leave it be because it's a little bit late in the season to be doing another episode on the WayStone logo because the server will close in about 4 days. I had done the pathway going up to the starter homes. I tried to wind this pathway in so that you could see every starter home, and mine is sort of lost in the fray. You don't really see it. It's not a notable piece. I guess you could say it looks kind of ugly going back to it's just like a big bulb. But going in, it's really cool inside. We had done a bunch of different blocks in the early season to make it really shape up. Really love the closet. This is a cool idea. Going into the AFK fish farm, this was inspiration from Pickle MC and Canes from also Season 1 and Season 2 because they had done the Hobbit Holes Season 2 and they done the Dorthen Hall, or Pickle done the Dorthen Hall in Season 1. We have the pathway going into spawn, which I had done most of the pathway work on this side of the island. We have the iron shop right here. If you didn't see this, this is, you know, obviously one that you should take note of because I'm here all of the time. Redstone isn't very complicated. It's just got a diamond pull system, and anything else put into the chest is stationary, so it will not go into the hoppers. And I've got a little lever to open up for a chest on the diamonds. If you haven't seen that in the recent episodes, I've adjusted it a bit, but let's see if we can get out of here. Launcher sometimes doesn't work. And on this side, I think that's it. I think. If I miss anything, I apologize. This is going to be somewhat of a raw footage episode, so bear with me. I usually do cuts, but I'm going to be a little bit less clean than what I normally am with my clips. Here is the fancy sand stand that we had done. We got a little book in there explaining how it's the sand of the gods. And I am still full stock. This didn't do too well this season. Buildermonger shop's right next to it. I had customized this with iron blocks and doing some concrete work compared to the original ones that were put there by Jados. So it was like this. And that's pretty much what covers my builds on that side of the island. I think it was episode 2 or 3 that I had done the post office build. If I can get over here safely. Don't believe there's anything else I had done on the hill. Most of this was the Nerdians. So that's Llama Freak starter home. And no, I don't think I had done anything up there. Now, I had done the post office box next. I had done some more pathway work going across Duo's house. And this one was an odd project. I messed up on the redstone. Could have used repeaters and put these closer together. But it worked out in the end, and we ended up using the post office a lot. Seemed like we were always putting stuff in there. Done a little bit more decoration, than anvil work. And this is pushing further into new spawn past the cathedral, going into the bridge I had built one episode. Done the pathway work all the way up till new spawn, and people started building stuff there, like Naragath's starter house, which is a huge tower, Canelia's shop, and let's see if we can get through here. There we go. This is nice. I like this pathway work, and working with the jungle, doing all these earth tone colors, it was a really fun experience. Done the shortcut tunnel going to the WayStone Warrior area. Courthouse was done by Jados. But I went sort of out of the border of things and worked this tree. Done a cool decoration with lighting going around it. This is probably one of my favorite miniature builds that I had done on the server. And then I done some wall work that I had stole from my Patreon. You know, I do some wall work in the Patreon server. And I thought to translate that to the WayStone. It works really well. And we had done some split pathway work going up to my Prismarine build, which we'll take a moment over here to look at the WayStone Warrior first. And whenever I think of a jungle, I envisioned it to be clear and open. So I was wanting people to build here, but it just ended up being a nice open area. It looks good. I'm not complaining. WayStone Warrior, Naragath had taught me about the armor stands and putting them into class, and done some wall work with little fishing huts that we had stole from the Patreon server. It seems like in this area, I had stole a lot and implemented it into the terrain just to make it look more interesting. The Prismarine build, I had done the Marina build. This didn't really have much of a purpose. It's going to do more of a dock behind it, but ended up having a patio, and it looks cool. Like, for a while, this build really grew on me, and it was hard to get used to because the ceiling is so weird, but it looks cool. If you go outside and, you know, look at it from the front, I mean, mission accomplished, I'd say. Maybe a couple of those corners need to be cleaned up. But the back side looks a little bit tattered compared because the logs don't really match up anywhere. Before we fly above, I'll show you real quick. Just fly upwards and zoom in with Optifine. See that? I messed up in some areas. So I think that's pretty much it at spawn. I don't believe I missed anything. We had done this in a live stream, this big road, but we never finished it. It's going to be the modern district. And we've come to realize it's a lot of work going through the jungle and building the road through there. So I guess that's where we're going to stop with that. And this pushes on to like Lifter's home. There's nothing really out there that way. I think maybe Dom's base, I believe. But yeah, let's go over to the Nether Hub and I'll show you what I've done there. And who could forget the Nether Hub? Oh boy, this was a large project. I had done everything except for the sandstone and terracotta and the temple design that Buildmonger had come along and done. It was more square. I had tried to carve it off a bit, doing some more menacing entryways and the column work seeping into the nether. Who knows where that goes? And done everything else except for this corner, Llama Freak done for the snow biome. Buildmonger had began building on this mesa biome and doing like little cowboy abandoned huts out there. But I came back and re-innovated it and put in Tug, which is the horse, and done some alteration to the terrain. But the rest of the corners was my work. I had done the in-city, I had done all of the slab placing up top, and the stone brick, and the tunnel design, which this was pretty impressive for my level of building. I'm not an incredible builder, I will go ahead and say it, but I thought to do some kind of a menacing monster effect going into each tunnel just to make it look cool and sinister. It's really neat. I don't know how I pulled this one out, but I did. Somehow it made it work. And the purple tunnel I had completely decorated all on my own. This was a really huge project that I had just tapered off on camera. I still haven't got all the leaves in, which I said I was going to try to do before the season's up. I've gotten pretty far. I got past my tunnel. You go through the purple tunnel. This is the Nether Hub room that I had done for my portal. Looks really cool. Try to make it look more like a beehive or going into a beehive, the inner workings of it. But yeah, I done the end tunnel too. There's also the Christmas builds area, which I want to go to before I exit the Nether Hub. Let's see, let's go up this way. The witch hut area was back there, the magical forest. And this was sort of tapered off by a circle. I wanted to stop there with most of the design. I had done the end tunnel just for some time killing. I had done this off camera. And the Christmas builds area, let's head there real quick. just got done sleeping because there's mobs everywhere over here. I had complained about this multiple times. And the Christmas builds area. Wow, this place is looking really filled in since the last time I've been here because there's been a couple of implementations of pranks. But it began as the forming of an ice bikes biome. We have ice coming off of the mountainside like it's melting and still forming. This was just an idea I'd come up with, just have this back scenery. And in the end, it's shaped, but it's not perfect. I still like it though. It's so filled in, just unique. Not a lot of people would have thought of that, I don't think. I think I was the first one to come up with this idea, hopefully. But we've got presents that I had stole from CubeCraft and implemented all across the Christmas builds area. We had all built a residence and pulled a prank on each other. This is my modern home that I had made, the chill getaway. Nice little small humble abode. Little chest there with all of my building materials that I had used for this. Here is like a little prank that Buildmonger had pulled on me. The Santa Accessibility Company, I think is what it was called. Yes, that's what's called, the bricks and mortar. He has a little setup to implement onto the side of my modern home. That was a very smart prank. Good job on that, Buildmonger. That was smart, it's slick. And then for my prank, I had to do it on Narragath. This is the anti-sleigh railgun, I believe. Anti-sleigh defensive railgun system. It's active. That's so cool. And, you know, I've got like a little seat up there. I don't know if I can land or not. I could try. I could try to land on this. Yeah, there we go. Like a little seat. It's got little button presses. That's so cool. This is one of my favorite miniature projects as well. It's probably my second favorite. I really love the tree and the glowstone design. That's so cool. Oh, it's great. And there's also some other pranks that have been pulled since we've been over here, since the episodes. That's really interesting. I guess that is like a toy machine, or I don't know. Is there a sign or an explanation for this? I want to check this out. Christmas. Yeah, let's check this out. It's just got a big poem on it. Let's see if we can figure out exactly what it is. Visions of inactivity dance in their heads. I love you all. I guess this is just like a big distraction mechanism. I'm not sure. It looks like one of those little toy things that would pick toys out of a vending machine. That's cool. Very nifty. One of Buildmonger's favorite pieces has to be the magical forest. I had started building around the witch hut farm that I had made, and we're going to begin off in the cave residence, which I really love. It's very humble, very warm and inviting, but then going into the cave, it has a certain mystery to it. And approaching into the magical forest. Hopefully I have a bed I could sleep in just real quick so we don't have to worry about mobs. Of course, it's pretty lit up in this area. I still got to remove the beacon and get to remove some of the storage and stuff. But looking shaped up. I mean, I was going to do more in this area, like a big piece where the nether portal is, but ended up doing a little dock, some magical huts, and jungle trees to implement a unique bill into the swamp. Here is our witch hut farm. Very cool design. We done a whole episode on the tunnel decoration, which I haven't even been in here since. Wow, I forgot what it looked like. Really cool color combinations. Sort of reminds me of my suits in an odd way. Yeah, wow. I forgot I'd done all this work. Even got some materials. Funny enough, I'd done a tutorial on the witch hut farm, and a lot of people didn't like it, so I removed it. So this is just going to be a unique design setting in this world if anyone ever wants to check it out, like a very humble amount of materials. Really standing out on this island or somewhere a little bit far away from the witches. They'll start spawning once it cycles through. If I can find a good place to stand, like on this lily pad, they start spawning and then the water cycles and puts them down to a fall chute. And they are killed by fall damage. You want to worry about them healing, because if you set them on fire, they will start healing. Something I discovered, there's an AFK platform I usually stood on, or I'd stand out here, like a little magical well system in the corner of this island. Done a lot of detailed decoration, like plants, glowstone covered carpet, and some kind of altar. I don't know exactly what I was going for, but it looks cool. Oh yeah, it's got glass in it, and that's water. That's not glass on top. That threw me off for a minute. Yeah, neat little area. Not a lot of decoration aside from what I just showed, though. Wish I could have done more in this area. It's my only regret. A back pocket item is the Playstone. There's some lingering projects, but a lot hasn't been done over here. I also done a mini game called King of the Ladder, which was inspired by some members off Way of the Miner. Sky and Gwen introduced me to the concept, so I appreciate it, guys. And if you were to go in, this is a whole redstone system to lock you with multiple people to play King of the Ladder. And you've got some starting off gear like the knockback swords, which is going to do knockback sticks, which I think is a more viable option. I'm going to probably trade those out for the season's up. But yeah, you just go in, you can press this button, and once this light comes on, you can hear the timer. It locks you in, and it has like a little active thing, also a chicken out button, so you can play. If you go up to the top, there's like a ring of fire, and there's some packed ice that you can jump around on. If you have a knockback, it's going to be somewhat challenging, but it's really cool. I would have had a lot of fun playing this. Perhaps we can get some games in before the season's up, but here's the chicken out button. You can get out while the game's still active, and I think after about 5 minutes, it will release the gate and the game will be over. Really neat build. This was a lot of fun. We can look at the redstone real quick. Not a whole lot to it, but I've got a little maintenance hatch going underneath. Let's go this way. Oh, look at all this redstone. It was fun. It's kind of weird to figure this one out because I think it's 5 minutes for an item to despawn, and that's what it's doing. It's just holding a pressure plate until it despawns, and then it releases the gate. Very simple setup, but very effective. I've always admired Nergas's eye for simplicity. He never overcomplicates things. This tunnel looks fantastic leading up to the Guardian Farm. Now, this was originally built by Thunder Gaming, but later in the season, I came back and re-innovated it, made it more optimal. The efficiency is much better on it, and this is the portal, what it looks like from Nergas's building. Looks good. Fits in there perfectly. He took some of the wall out too. But I don't know, there wasn't any particular theme I was going for when re-innovating this, but it looks sort of like a cooling system for a computer underneath. And I wanted to keep certain elements that Thunder Gaming introduced because I didn't want to change it completely. But we've got the pillars and they've been circled off, and Kane's given me the suggestion for using sandstone because it blends in well with the sand and the prismarine. But going underneath, we have the little viewing window with some storage and more optimal efficiency. I just lit up the area a lot. Most of the hard work was done. Like this, the water system, where they spawn. If we were to fly above, I just want to take a look at it because I want to see it from the main angle. Oh, it looks good. It looks really cool. It's a massive project, really. And it's kind of crazy. We all came together to do the nether portal and do the farm itself and then design. Wow. What an incredible community project that we've made use of quite a bit this season later on. Conclusively, we're going to finish this off with the Hive, my main project to put most of my time into this, my main base. And this was inspired by a previous project I had done on another server. I never finished it, and it didn't look as good as this, nowhere near as good. And I've got it all pretty much done. The pinnacle farm is the iron farm, 16 village stackable. This was created by Groova. I wanted to do something by him because he's an excellent person. I sort of know him in the background from existence. We've talked here a time or two. And I've implemented some circuits in this farm, you know, like a shut off for villages, which I think there's a much simpler method that I just didn't see. So I don't know. It looks cool though. I mean, I put a lot of work into this. Gives me all kinds of iron. I think there's like 3 or 4 iron golems per minute. Something like that. I'm not sure the exact speed on it. We've got the super smelter. This is my design. I mean, it's, you know, simple. A lot of people could do super smelters. Got like a little activation switch here for whenever they collect their items, spin some into the furnaces and then the hoppers. And then we've got 2 item elevators coming up on each side to make it just a bit faster coming up through the hopper chain. This is the item input, the coal input, and this is the final result input. Got a bunch of nether bricks in there, it looks like. Well, in case if I ever need it. Must just put a bunch of netherrack in there for giggles. Before we go down there, here is the manual farm cell. We've got a few different ones like the wheat generator. We've got the cow farm. We've got like a little concrete generator right there. Let's go down in this. I don't know what I was thinking, but I guess I was thinking red. Just a unique color to go with yellows. But here is, you know, a little wheat farm. Not sure who this was by. I think it was Il Mango. Could be wrong on that. There's a my cow farm design, which works half the time. And a little AFK fish farm I never used, but did use this a lot. My concrete generator with all of the different eye generators. There's my beacon room underneath. Let's go atop. Next cell is storage cell, which we'll go down into in a moment. This is the cactus cell, cactus farm, which does okay. It's not very optimal, but I don't need a lot of cactus anyway, because I stole a bunch from Massive Bob and Innermouse. What can I say? I'm a thief. And here is the slime storage. This is like a storage cell for some of the farm storage cell, I guess you could call it. All the slime go into this. A bunch of slime. Ooh, we've even got iron block in there, some diorite. This is the iron collection. This is from dispenser system above. It's like wireless, it just drops down and goes into the collection hopper. Here is the cactus farm, which is doing better than what I remembered. Not bad. Let's go into the cells themselves. So, got the little slime block elevator. I think Mumbo uses the same design. It's very simple. The slime block elevator coming into the main cell. My nether portal's there with some beds in every cell, just in case I gotta sleep. Just got a little workstation over here with some storage, lots of storage. This leads down further into the hive. And my personal decorations area, which has a bunch of paintings, a bunch of heads, which I don't believe I collected all of them. That's sad. Little AFK area with a bunch of work utensils. Here is a little smelter behind this. You put an item input, coal, and then you've got the output item there. I did have a little concrete generator there, but decided to remove it. Cleaned it off some chests. Let's go below and look at some of the farms underneath. My netherwort farm was one of my latest farms. I believe that was my last farm. Oh, here's the sugarcane farm. Done a unique design. Just freaking elevator though. My slime block elevator needs a pocket to go down into, and it ran right into my sugarcane farm. I couldn't really fix it, so I just left it. Here are some of the community events that we had done. I think this is the Christmas builds. This is the Christmas. So there's two different things for that event. Like you had to build a residence and you had to do the prank, which you got that one. And here is the WayStone Easter event. That was fun. Egg hunt live stream. So going further down, we have a few farms underneath. We've got like little spider farm, string farm. We've got another wort farm, got a slime farm. So cactus farm access, we can go into this different things. Here's something hidden that I had revealed in one of my episodes. It's a secret little workstation. My spy network station. I had written a bunch of books just about all the different WayStone members. I don't know how many people have seen this yet, but it's banter and stupid. It's fun. It's funny. And a map of the hive, which looks really cool from above. Wow. That looks really cool. You could see inside the cells. The glass isn't obstructing it. Cool. All right, my ranger station, I guess you can call that, little workstation with all the different access hatches going into the different farms. Netherwort collection. This is a monster, and I've only used it a few times, but got a bunch of netherwort blocks from it somewhere. I have put a bunch together. Let's go into my spider farm, which right here's spider farm access. Go right into it. It should connect to my slime farm. What's this? Side of netherwort. Oh, you can go into the side of it. Down here, just gotta climb this ladder. Probably would have been easier. Oh, this is the actual collection system, and this runs into a maintenance hatch that goes into my spider farm. So all the chests have string in it. We've even got redstone in there, it looks like. Broke some torches. All the spiders are dropped into this room. Magma block kills them. Collection system underneath. We've got the slime farm, which has a bunch of iron golems on the side that attract the slime off the platforms. They fall down. Sometimes they remain attracted, like this one, to those iron golems. I never did optimize that. But then eventually they will see this iron golem and go into my cactus trap that's right there. And that runs into an item elevator back here. Goes up this little glass block. Right here is hopper access. Neat. I cleaned this up off camera one day. I don't know if I ever mentioned that. And that pretty much covers the hive itself. There's some surrounding things. Ooh, that's a lot of space. It's funny because I had dug out 2 chunks, thinking those are the right chunks, and then I had to dig out another 2 chunks because I got those chunks wrong. So I have this huge, massive space there with no purpose. Let's see if we can just kind of dig out of here real quick. There we go. Go back into another wort farm. Let's close this. There we are. Let's go back above and look at the village breeder I have, along with the villager trading system, which I should have made more use of. It was really fun making it. It's really cool looking, actually. It's a neat system, and it worked out. Let me sleep real quick so we don't have to worry about nighttime and mobs, because knowing me, I'll fly up there and the skeleton will shoot me off. I'll break my leg, and then I can't finish my little personal tour. Oh, it's just the way of the waffle, man. Let's go up like this. Sometimes this doesn't work and it'll just throw me underneath. It's a pain. I don't think I'm going to ever do another slime block elevator. But 1.13 is going to introduce some interesting aspects to the elevator scene. But here is the village trader and the village breeder. I think this is the same one Mumbo uses, not sure. But it was really efficient. And this minecart track goes into my trader system. There's a little button that will send them over this way. Which, since there is some villagers in the system, we can try it real quick. Keep falling off. I wish I had a better access point to the trader system. Let's press this button. It should send a villager our way. Yeah, here comes a villager, a nitwit of all villagers, of course. You would, open a gate. They would fall in, and you would have access to all kinds of overpowered stuff you can dominate the WayStone with. But that pretty much covers everything I've done this season as far as main projects go. There are some lingering smaller projects around that you can find when the world download. But wow, we have done a lot. I'm proud of us. And I think it's about time to close the storybook on this one, guys. I hope you did enjoy this season. It was fantastic fun from my point of view. And I want to say a huge thank you from the bottom of my heart to the viewers. You guys make this possible. You motivate me to record videos. You motivate me to continue the WayStone project. It has been so much fun. We'll see you in Season 4, where we'll have even more fun. But don't forget, we're going to be doing the group tour live stream on June 2nd. Be looking for that. You guys have a fantastic day. We'll see you soon.